Hey everybody, got Mike and Casey here in the studio. We're going to check and make sure that we're with you. So hold that thought. And we're going to make sure that you can hear us. So we had a little bit of trouble with that last week. We threw some technology at it. Alright, AGS Rail Fan says good afternoon.
Hey, AGS.
Oh, right on. The 15T is coming through. Okay, well, good.
Finally.
If you can let us know, AGS, if you can let us know that you can hear us, that would be excellent. Because we know that we can hear us. We are not positive that you can hear us right now. We have a whole new setup here. I would pick it up and show you, but bad things would happen. We have an audio board now encompassing this part of the desk, and a stream deck encompassing this part of the desk, then the 4 monitors, 2 microphones, 2 headphones, and my entire mouse pad is draped with USB cables. So we're going to see how this goes today. All right, he says he can hear us. That's awesome. Thank you for the confirmation. So we are going to hopefully have a little bit smoother second edition this week as we go through some things. We've got a couple other new items. Mike got some submissions. Mike, I think you said there were 5 new ones. Would those have been from...
Lucas just sent them in.
Yeah, I've got those. I think I picked them up right before... is one, the Southern and a couple other things. I have them... I got them right before the show started. So, yes, I do have those. I've got 4, actually. But yeah, I've got those 4 just came in. Good deal. So it looks like the first one was Tara for this week. And then we have a few more going through there. Tara sent in a few. But we'll go through y'all's submissions. Thanks for sending those in. And I've got Messenger open for if you send something to Mike. I've got my texts open. I know where my cell phone is this week. That's a huge advantage. And since we're wearing the headphones, we can actually hear you, because now we're talking through the audio board with new microphones. Actually, they're really old microphones that we've just never used before. So, a little bit more work this week. And hopefully the fans on the computer won't be quite as loud. When Premiere makes it work really hard, it gets anxious, and the computer gets really, really loud. Those fans really crank up. So anyway, we are going to dive in. Hey, Tara. Hey, Lucas. Hey, Tony. We have, Tara, I have your submissions. Lucas, I have yours. I know that because your names are in them, in the file name. I've got some other ones too, and I have to figure out who that is. You guys may have to tell me if it's your submission, because it doesn't... You know what? Actually, we have a way to find out who submitted them. I will find that file. Catch of the week responses. Here it is. Okay, I can find out. I can find out by the date. So Brian Long sent one from Houston Tower 71, and also from the Amtrak station. That was right before Mike sent out the request for them, but we're going to put you in there anyway. Then Tara sent in one from Roanoke, one from Rocky Mount, one that's just called Virginia. I guess it's probably in the middle of nowhere. And then Railfan Lucan sent in Alvin, Texas. Tara sent in Boone's Mill, Virginia. And then AGS Railfan sent in Reese City, Alabama. Atala, Alabama? Is that how you say it? I don't actually even know. And then Lucas sent in a place I know, the Trenton, Georgia milepost 15.4. I used to live in Trenton, Georgia. And Mike took me there to film the NASA train coming through, which we caught with a drone, which is cool, because with the trees on both sides, we couldn't really see anything where they stopped it, right short of that manual switch they have there. So I had to fly the drone down, and it is in a drone legal area, so that was nice. Got to catch everything. I think Mike is messaging y'all. That's his intent messaging face. He's laughing at me. So yes, I guess it means yes. All right, so I have Mike Shorts from last week. We're going to do a little bit of that and go through your photo submissions. And I was actually going to update Mike's thumbnails. That's another thing that I do every week. And I thought, hey, why not? We'll go through that process as well. And that's something that for your own channels will kind of help you think about the way that we do them. And I'll talk a little bit about our inspirations from it. So let's dive in. I think first we'll go through the thumbnails, Mike.
Okie dokie.
So here is our channel, and I'll switch back up and where I can see the comments. There we are. Okay, so as we go through the content, I'm going to look at the channel lives, and you can see where the lives don't have a thumbnail. It has this default. So I'm just going to go ahead and edit it, and I'm trying to read what Mike says is happening. So it's just Railcam Actions, Signals, Storm, Dalton. So I'm trying to see if there's anything specific that I need to go and capture. One of these things is he always writes sub, and I put in subdivision line. That's just, I don't know. I'm not sure if it matters, but I always change it. And that's one of the ways I can tell if I've edited one or not, is I always change sub to subdivision. Real time, I'm signed out of Grammarly. That's funny. I'm not going to sign in the middle of the broadcast, but it's telling me, no, real time I guess doesn't have a hyphen. We're going to experiment until it stops underlining. Whatever. I don't know. All in real time. We're going to go with that. So there are some suggestions. One thing we do is I'm going to put it on Trackside Live as the playlist. That way when you go look at Trackside Lives, you can find it. And then these thumbnails, a lot of times these thumbnails are actually really applicable because these come for the peak moments of the broadcast. This one here is awesome. That's some great graffiti. I'm going to show you. It's a bit scary, but really well painted. I can't imagine trying to do that. And look at the shading. Look at the shading on the bottom of the arm and around the eyes. The pure evil of this little girl with a submachine gun. A bullpup submachine gun at that, and all the shading they did with spray paint. It's amazing the graffiti you see on trains. So this one kind of represents what we were talking about. So this is, you can tell it's about to get stormy. Here's Dalton. I think it's pretty representative. The NS is a bit of a close shot and it's coming right there. But since this is one of the peak moments of the video, this is representative to the viewers of what they're actually going to see. And that's one thing I like is truth in thumbnails. And so as we go down, I'm also going to say that we did not make any AI-generated content. I know the rest of this is going to be correct because Mike generates at Trackside, and it will automatically pick up our locations, like right here where it says Streaming Dalton. When you're using the app, it will automatically put that information in. So I'm just going to update it to one of the suggested thumbnails that matches a peak moment from the broadcast. And it's that easy. So we're going to go through these real quick. This one here, they're chasing the Penn Central. Mike, did you get the Penn Central on that one?
We did.
Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit more complicated. This was a Trackside Live. And we're going to go down before I forget and say that we did not have AI-generated content in it. And I'm going to fix subdivision, if I can type. Close to the diamond. For some After Dark that wants it to be hyphenated. All live and interactive. Okay.
It's like being in school.
Although on the last one you had W space and space A. I didn't change it, but I'll probably go back and change it later because I'm very, very slightly type A and I like things to be consistent.
And me, I just try and get it on.
Yep. That's why it's a partnership, right?
That is it.
So, since there's a moment that's not captured in these thumbnails that's important for the actual footage, we are going to go and capture that moment. Mike, about how far in did this happen? I usually skim down here at the bottom, but you could save me some time if you tell me how far in it happened.
My memory is foggy.
Was it an intermodal? It's not that one, I don't think. Let's look and see what this was.
I think it's towards the beginning.
Okay. Hey, it's amazing. I can actually hear our own audio back. So I can hear the train coming. That's a huge improvement over last week. The train is running slowly. Let's skip forward a bit. No, I think those are just two regular NS's.
Yep.
Yep. No graffiti noses, nothing there. Okay, so let's keep going
Is there
forward.
a train more towards the beginning?
There's a CSX. Well, that's a cool shot. It's a smoky CSX. Let's find the beginning train. Yep, right here. That's a CSX, so that wouldn't have the Penn Central on it. Unless it's a really weird day. No, double CSXs. There's an early one. That could be it. I see something.
That's it. Wait a minute.
All right,
Yep,
yeah,
that's
that's
it.
it.
All the paint's off of it.
Okay. Oh, it is. Okay, that's good. It
There's
fixed
more
it.
paint off than there is on.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna wait for Mike to zoom over, and I am gonna wait for him to zoom out. He normally zooms out right before he pans, and I've got my fingers on the shortcut key, and if he zoomed in. Let's see what we've got. No, okay, so he zoomed in a bit. Let's see what happens as it passes. So obviously that's pretty close. Thank you, Tony. Yeah, it wasn't very far in at all. But boy, he's right. It is missing a lot of paint. You can see it there. That's not a bad angle. I kind of like that shot, but I also think I like it coming into the sun with the mountain behind it, right as it starts to clear up here. So there's a... right as he pans over. Turn that up. Right
This
about
is pretty cool.
there. Yep, that's close enough. So as you can tell, I've frozen the screen. You can still hear the audio playing because I'm taking a screenshot. So I now have this screenshot. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to look through our previous thumbnails that we've created in Adobe Express. I'm going to pick one that I think kind of fits the feel. And we've done a lot of the heritages with this layout. And if you look, you can see that various ones had loaded. So I usually change the colors of the words to match whatever is the heritage unit. So there's the tag, there was a Conrail, but as you can see, it's actually, this one was to match the Norfolk and Western. So I try to match the colors here. So let's go ahead and paste in the Penn Central. Grab that layer. And I'm going to overstretch it a little bit just to focus on the Penn Central. And it's going to be a little bit muddy. I do like the smiley face, but we're going to move him over where he's in front of this element that's not that important. So that's just the other engine. We're going to select these, move them down to cover the trucks because that's the part that's not very interesting to look at. So the philosophy that I have on thumbnails, I have somewhat taken from Mr. Beast, because although I don't know that I've ever actually seen one of his videos, that's not the type of thing I super enjoy. He is #1 on YouTube, and when it comes to his philosophy, he researches everything to the nth degree, and everything that he does is well reasoned. Whether you like the output of it or not, he knows what he's doing. And so the way that he talks about the subject, etc., I often try to emulate to some extent his method for creating thumbnails. So he's done a couple of really good interviews where he talked about how he does thumbnails and the tests he does. To be honest, because I'm not spending over $1 million on a video, I'm not highly motivated to go in and edit every single element and make A/B tests, etc. like he does. But I will go through, like here, right here where it says Trackside Live, I've selected that background and I am picking the color of that engine so that it will more closely match the engine color here. So, and we can actually even change the text color. So we can pick the color of the actual Penn Central words because it's slightly yellow. And it's a small detail, but to me, I notice it when I am looking at these videos. I notice that it matches. And so I assume some of you guys would notice as well. So there we go. And then we'll have to change, what was this one called? This was just Penn Central. What was the name of the 1073 on 29A? So that was in Dalton. So we'll just say
Penn Central slams the diamond.
slays the diamond.
Slams.
Slams the diamond. Why not? Alright, so we'll put that out there. And I've already got the settings generated. So one of the difficulties of using screenshots, especially if you're recording in 4K, is that it will... The size of a 4K screenshot is actually greater than the size you can upload as a thumbnail. There's a 2 meg limit. So one of the reasons why you always see me change it over to a PNG is to try and make sure that it's a small enough file size to be displayable as a thumbnail. So now we've got our smiley face, it's updated, it says what's happening, and there are a couple of elements that will sometimes cover it up depending on how you're viewing YouTube. Sometimes there is a runtime thing that will cover this portion. Since the main attraction is actually this and not the words, I'm less concerned about having part of these words covered by the runtime icon that appears on certain YouTube aspect ratios. Whereas up here, sometimes it'll have a logo that says, like, we are currently live. That's going to fall in the dead space. So I'm trying to keep in mind also what's actually happening, where people see it in YouTube. But the most important thing is that the Pen Central looks good and it's clear. So we are going to do that. So this one, because the main object wasn't actually visible in one of the suggested key moments, we have to go in and create a thumbnail. And sometimes I put in a mic, but that one's not my favorite mic. So this is tonight's action on the rail cam. That was a shorter, no, that was a long video. Okay. Mike, do you remember some of your best catches? This would have been, what day was this? This was on, I have no idea. Oh, June 11th. Any idea what happened June 11th?
Let me get to all the pictures.
Okay.
Let's see. June 11th.
Live rail production in 6 Atlanta North District line. Also on WNA. Okay. I'm featuring my SpongeBob Path Water Bowl tonight.
Are you on the one between storms?
Now this one says tracks are back open at the Diamond. Let's catch tonight's rail action on our live cam. That must have been after the storm when the tracks had the mudslide. I'm guessing.
Oh, you're back further then.
June 11th was 4 days ago.
Oh, that's when they worked on the diamond all day.
Okay. Oh, that's when I called you and said, Mike, why are these units here?
Yeah, but those are up here. This is down in Dalton on the
Okay.
diamond in front of the depot.
Okay.
It was closed all day.
All right. I see Mike just texted some of the other YouTubers in the train world, like Brian and Cowan and Jesse, etc., to say, hey, we're at the studio time. It's like, why do I have a new text message? Oh, I'm on that group thread. Okay. So what happened on that day, Mike? Is there anything particular, or should we just pick an NS?
I think there's just a number of trains that day.
Okay. So we're probably fine to go with the default thumbnail that day. And sometimes if I wasn't doing a live stream that had kind of a time component to it, I would go through and put in a picture of Mike overlaid, and I try and pick a picture of Mike from that day. I do have some default Mike cutouts I use now and then if there isn't a great shot of him, and it's helpful. He always wears the same t-shirt. That is actually helpful for me. It's a thing Mike does on purpose, but that means I can use different mics from different days and they all look like the same mic. So sometimes I will overlay a mic onto an image, and you guys saw last week there was a thumbnail that I added where one of the rail fans that was there, the tracks with him at Bootleggers Crossing, is like leaning in and waving. So that was taking a couple of different screenshots and merging them together using, actually I did it all in Adobe Express. I didn't even have to use Photoshop for that. But, oh man, okay, when do you leave, AGS Rail fan? I can run through them real quick. He's saying that he may be out chasing the tag when we get to the photos. So I don't mind skipping around. I'm going to go ahead and work on this while I wait for him to answer. Remember, there's a little bit of a lag in between when you hear us and when we see you respond. So I think it's about 15 seconds on our current settings. It doesn't really give you a number of seconds. It gives you an amount of streaming stability and quality, and we leave it on normal. All right, 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, let me wrap this one up, and then we'll run through them. It goes back tonight between the rainstorms. Nah, we're going to save this one without a thumbnail because I'm going to have to do something. These thumbnails are not good, so we'll find something else. So, we'll switch gears real quick.
2,000.
What was that?
Next tonight we hit the 2,000.
Oh, yeah, 2,000 subscribers. We're at 2,008 right now, so thanks, everybody. Also, one thing you can't tell is for some reason, it's about 5,000 degrees in the studio tonight. I have no idea why it's so hot. But if Mike and I look a little glowy, it is rather warm. Pretty sure I didn't change any of the settings on the AC. It's just warm today. All right, so let's go through the submissions. Mike, I'm going to try and match these up in the time that we receive them. So here's our Catch of the Week submissions with all the stuff you guys typed in. And I'll do Brian's June 8th submissions at the end because I didn't catch those. I started with the Monday, so I'll go back and do those in a minute. So let's start with Tara from, she had one from Roanoke. And let's load that. I think we're signed in with this account. Let's find out if this works. Nope, it did not work. Let's try it this way. Nope. It was 6/9 at 21:37. That way we know. All right, well, I'm going to show these submissions from Tara, and we will figure out in what order they arrived. I don't see a great way to be able to match up what you guys typed with what was submitted. And that's a limitation of doing it this way. We may have to go to email, which I hate doing it that way because that gives you guys more restrictions on what you can share. It limits the video, etc. But we'll just go through them in order. So here is the submission, and you know what? We won't even say who they are. We'll just go through the submission, and then we'll pick our favorites from this, and then we'll determine who it is. That way it's fair judging.
Whoa, that's some sound.
Oh, that's cool.
That's from Texas.
It is, and it's got the HLCX on it. Alright, that's a good one. Well, it obviously says his name on screen, so that's who it was.
It may not be from Texas.
No, I believe it is. Let's double check.
Okay,
He had a
it's probably Real
submission.
Fan Lukens.
Yeah, it's the Houston, Texas Amtrak station.
Okay. Real Fan Luken.
I believe. Nope, that was a different one. This is Alvin, Texas. That was what that one was. So he submitted that on June 13th. Thank you, Real Fan Lucan. And then this is one from Lucas, the Southern. And Lucas's submission is from Trenton, Georgia, Milepost 15.4.
Man, look at those colors. Woo!
Yeah, he's pandering to me here because that's my favorite of the Southern Heritage units. Oh no, hang on, I forgot to share those. There we go. So we'll run back and show you the previous one. Sorry guys, I don't have my comments up there, so I didn't notice I wasn't sharing. My mistake. So this is the one right here. This is Lucas's submission. He has one more here. Oh, that's cool. This is not the Sonic main, because the Sonic main has the blue outline. but it's one of the main engines. Did you see that one, Mike?
Yes.
All right, and then we'll go back and show this video. And here's really the moment. That's what he was waiting on. Although that's an unusual unit right there too. Y664. I have no idea what that is. I know very little about Union Pacific, but that is a strange locomotive. I have no idea what that is, and I'm curious why it even has a Y on it. So what's happening there? You guys tell me what that is, please. Oh, that's a good one. The Virginian. Mike, we caught that one in a place that looked similar to this, but was nowhere close to here.
And we spent all day yesterday trying to catch it and didn't miss it by 20 minutes.
No kidding.
Yep.
Trying to determine who submitted that one. It's not giving me the file preview. I like the Virginian because they always keep it clean. It's one of the few that seem. Oh, that's nice. The tag with the sky behind it.
Is that today?
This is.
What day is that?
Let's see if I can find out the date timestamp. This is from Lucas. It's because I've downloaded them. They wouldn't preview the files. Some of these file types are wouldn't preview in browser.
Oh, that's today.
Okay.
Isn't that first car a coal car?
It is.
Okay, that's today.
And I know it says Seventh-day Adventist Church welcomes you, and that looks like.
That picture is probably 30 minutes old.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that one's close. Lucas says the Southern was at the Butts on the 143, the NS 4002 was at Trenton on the NS 142, and the NS 109 at Trenton and the NS 15T 4851 was today, so that is today, so thank you. Cool, so those four were Lucas. Out of those, the tag is probably my favorite shot, but the Southern is really cool. I like the twilight, the lights really showing, but getting the blue sky behind that, that's a great shot. Okay, here's a couple from Terra. The Interstate. Got a little composition here with that bridge. And then I like you can see these two light towers sticking up, and you've got the hillside coming down, the sky in between. That's cool. So that one was in Virginia.
It's like a whole time road bridge.
Oh, that's pretty.
There's a story behind this. Mama Bear had no sunset in Tennessee. So Tara set hers to Mama Bear.
Aw. That's nice.
It
It's,
should be from Boone's Mill, Virginia.
yeah, it does say that. Boone's Mill, Virginia. There it is. So by process of elimination,
So
her
Mama
other
Bear
submissions are
got
in,
her son set.
yeah, her other submissions are in Rocky Mount, Roanoke, etc. So let's look at these Tara's other submissions here. There are 3 more. It's the 4001, so that's the Sonic, and you can see why they call it that. It's definitely Sonic the Hedgehog. Somebody had to have known what they were doing when they painted that one, right? That's not an accident. There's no way that's an accident. Tara said that was NS 8105 at the South Yard in Roanoke. Thank you. AGS, have fun. It's by Fort Payne. Okay, cool.
Hey Jess, thanks for everything today.
Mike, you must have had a good day. You're losing your voice.
Even the bad news today.
All right, and oh, here's this is the Sonic from the other side. That's the 4001. Seeing the nose going by. It's been a while since that one's been repainted. I don't remember it looking quite that rough on the sides. But I guess it's been doing some real work. You see those all over the place. And this is a submission from Tara. This appears to be
Tara's got a
Virginia.
story.
Yeah. Well, I can see obviously it's a custom plate you can get Virginia, but they have a railway heritage.
After meeting the train master,
Mm-hmm.
he told me that Virginia has rail fan plates,
Okay.
and Tennessee and Georgia do not. So I asked Tara, and she said it's a fact they do. And I asked her to find us an example, and that is what she could get in Virginia.
Well, there you go. That's cool. And in Tennessee, all it takes is, I think, 500 signatures to get a plate. So Tennessee has lots and lots of custom plates. So it should be easy for us to get them here in Tennessee. Mike lives in Georgia, and they have like 2. It's much harder. I think it involves Congress or something. Tennessee, you just kind of vote, and then there's another plate. So she said that was the 4001 going into the sunset. This one's really cool. Talk about composition. This is 6298. Okay. But look along the rail here, the light's reflecting on the rail, and it's, I guess that's a diamond, right, Mike? It's a crossing. I mean, a double, what would you call that? We don't have those here.
Looks like an X crossing, maybe. No.
I guess. Anyway, so this one's obviously holding short while the train goes by, and because of that, he's able to go straight on, lights reflecting on the rail, looking underneath the other train going by, and that's a really neat shot. Very cool.
It's got glowage.
Does have glowage. Okay.
Oh, there.
So that's how it works, I guess. All right. So here's a guy leaving with his lunchbox, and that's a CSX crossing over. Oh, he says that's in Atala. That's Atala, Alabama. I have no idea where that
That's
is.
around the corner from us on the way to Birmingham.
Is it? All right. Well, let's find out where
just
that is.
below Trenton.
I've never heard of such a place. Let's look for it real quick.
We got a field trip.
Oh, it's right by Gadsden. Okay, I know where Gadsden is. Because we are here. And it's right down 59. That's interesting. Had no idea that was there. Yep, you can see right here. It's right by Jack's Family Restaurant. Interesting. Okay. Well, a cool crossover, and you've got CSX running there as well. He said it's ATM. They use CSX motors. Okay, so I know CSX likes to keep some extra power, and they sell it off now and then. It's a neat shot of the reflection on the water here. This one Mike sent to me on Facebook. I remember seeing this one. I looked at this one earlier in the week.
The pond and the reflection leading solo.
Let's see it the way that he shot it. There we go. That's how he cropped it. Very cool. 8008. And then I think I missed one. Yeah, this is one I did not get before. This is the same position. This is one for Tara here. And
That's a pretty shot.
it is.
Look at
It's the
the
same
color.
spot. It's the same spot here as where the interstate was shot.
With the old bridge.
Oh, he says the owner pulled up on him while he did the shot there. The owner of the railroad? The local? The short line? That's cool. Well, have a good night. Good luck catching it. Hey, Mama Bear. We were just looking at your sunset photo that Tara sent. But anyway, this is a good one. I'd forgotten there's another Sonic. NS4000's at the South Yard in Roanoke. Okay. So I guess that's where the
Looks
train master sits when they're in remote operation, or the yard master. I don't know. That's an odd. We don't have these little
bungalows.
miniature bungalows on our
Looks like
NS.
a little tiki place.
Yeah, I don't know. Of course, we have the giant towers as ours because the Debuts Yard here in Chattanooga. You know, that's their, as we always say, their second largest classification yard in the whole system, and it's huge. And so their tower in the center of the property is it's more like a air traffic control tower. It's just massive. And in the course of their operations, that's where they look out of. And then the guys who are doing the remote control, they're walking along or they're running on the front end. So, but their yard master's up in it looks very much like a control tower for an airport. Yeah, if you do, so Lucas said he saw a picture of it at Coffee's Cliff. Yeah, if you want to send that in to Mike, absolutely. Or if you just want to email it, I've got my email open over here. It's from railmoments@gmail.com. If I thought about the fact when we created this account that mostly people would be sending us things and we wouldn't be sending things out, I would have called it to railmoments at gmail. But it's not. It's from railmoments@gmail.com. If you want to email it in, I've got it open on this monitor over here, and I'll load it. Great submissions. I have to say, honestly, I think this one is my favorite. It's a really nice angle, and that's something you're not going to see very often, where you can safely be straight on with a waiting, running freight train.
Full lights.
Yeah, it's cool. What do you think, Mike? What's yours?
Well, I just love the Southern so much.
That was this one? Nope, that's Virginia. Hold on. We'll find it. That one. Here we go. The Southern at Sunset.
Yep.
All right, there's Mike's. And even though I'm a Southern fan, I love the composition of that little short line that AGS caught there. Very cool submissions, guys. Thank you. Let us know in the comments which ones are your favorites as we run through them. I also load, in a few minutes, I'll load the ones that Brian sent us last week. Brian Long, he sent a couple of videos, and then we'll load the one that Lucas is going to send over. So we'll show those here in a few minutes. Okay, so back to the thumbnail thing we were doing.
If you want to go to the heavies, I did a little homework while you were. So I can take you right to where to get the picture.
The heavies.
Yeah.
What do those words mean in Mike-ish?
The two heavies on the description.
Oh, okay, on this. Okay, got it. Sometimes I'm fluent in Mike-ish, and some days I'm just not.
Chasing Norfolk Southern Train 152 with two heavies.
Okay, so where are you at?
Oh, you're still there.
Oh, this is the wrong one?
Yeah. But that's the day we hit 2,000, so let's have a big 2,000.
Oh, okay, so you want me to, like, take the front end and say 2,000?
Yeah, now there's a cool night shot on that one, too.
All right.
It's coming right at you. The lights are wonderful.
Wait, nope, that's a street light. Ooh.
Way towards the end.
Oh, there it is. It is cool.
There you go. Now he's going to come right at you.
All right. If he doesn't flare the camera too bad, we'll use this. Gosh, it's just all lights. You can't really see train. I mean, it's cool. It wouldn't work as a thumbnail because you wouldn't even be able to make out in a thumbnail what was happening with the glare. I kind of want to get you sitting here with this cool background with your arms out.
That's our closing.
See, it's really hard. There's a bit of a lag, so I have to try and capture Mike, and it usually takes me 3 or 4 screenshots.
And it was really great to celebrate it with y'all tonight. Trackside happening right here from all of you, and I wrote that from just so many of you. There's a list this long. Well, there's a list
All right,
of you
I got him.
2,000 long.
I did it first try. Look at that.
Texas to Virginia to Missouri to Chattanooga to
All right.
Kentucky.
We got Mike thanking y'all for 2,000. So let's choose a different
I
format.
got a cough.
Oh, hold on. There we go. Mike had a cough. Sorry about that. But at least we have a way to mute it now without completely losing the Yeti mic for all to come. All right. Let's see. Going back to, let me turn my microphone where it's the right volume. There we go. Tony says, hey Mike, did you and Casey eat that cake already?
I ran out of time because it took me all morning to catch the tag. And I was going to get cake on the way over. And no, we have not had our cake yet.
But I do know what we can do, Mike. We can get Brewster's. I'm in for ice cream tonight if you are.
We are, but I have to run by the office for 2 minutes after dinner.
Mike in the office. Lucas, thank you. I'll find that momentarily. Mama Bear, I am so glad we made it to 2,000. Okay, so let's find. Go back to my stuff.
Can't
Okay.
leave it in the car.
Gotcha.
Oh, I gotta stop clicking that pen.
Yeah, you do have to stop clicking that pen, I'll tell you that much.
Figured it out on my own.
Yeah, if you see the little spikes go to the red, that's Mike clicking his pen.
I got in trouble the last time for doing that.
I don't like these. We need something more celebratory. That one's kind of.
Fireworks.
We have a fireworks one, but actually I've written over it. It's the one you did when you were in Ringgold.
July 4th.
Hmm. Here's the one I did, but it's got the cutouts of you two on it.
Do we have a you and me one?
No, we don't.
Really?
Wait, well, here we are. This has got both of us, but we're sitting in the chairs. But I wanted you with your hands out like that, you know.
Put a 2,000 between them.
Oh, here's us. This is both of us. So I can use the me from this is our channel photo, our backdrop for our channel.
Yeah, there you go.
There's like
And put the
1,000 different
2,000s.
elements. Although this is me in the sun, and that's you in the sun, and we're squinting because it's super sunny. There's my dog. That's Josie. I don't know if that's going to work. I need to find a picture of us like in the dusk for me to put one next to you. You know what we could do? We could do the Dalton one from your birthday. Hey, Real Fan Lucan. Checking in from Texas. Wouldn't let you send it. Okay, so you send it on the Real Moments upload, so I'll get that momentarily. Mike, when was your birthday? When did we do it actually on your birthday?
Yes, August 13th.
All right, let's go back and find in our channel content.
Because I was way up on Sunny Daisy and y'all were waiting for me down there.
Yeah, I know Danny and I were both waiting on you for that. Let's go back way through time. And I can hear my computer fans through my headphones, so I know you guys can hear it, but sorry, we're asking it to do a lot over here. Back to March, getting closer. We do a lot of live streams. Between the bird camp. You know what we need to do? We can save a lot of this if we just go to Trackside Live, because that would take all the bird cams out of it. These are the videos. Okay, that's much faster. March. Now we're already back through March. January. That's better. November. October. August. Okay, it's going to be in here. August 13th, Trackside Live. And there's me. Hey, Eugene. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, that's right. Mike's a father. I'm a dog dad, I guess.
Even That Man Singing as being a cover of the song. And there, of course, is the
Oh,
Crescent
that was
City
when we were talking
Car.
about the...
Crescent City
I
music.
am Casey, your co-host this evening. I am on site instead of on the keyboard because, number one, I'm not working on a video at the moment. And number two, it is Mike's birthday. And I was supposed to not be here, but here I am. I actually did not lie to Mike. I did not think I could be here. And turns out I can, so here I am.
That's Mike.
So when Mike told me he was leaving Spring City, I said, that'll work. And I didn't tell him what I was doing, but here I am, hoping he doesn't run me over.
You were really, really
Go
close to me at
camera.
the time. All right, let's see if I can find. Let's skip forward to where it's darker. There you are with your arms out again. I can screenshot that. There we go. 59:38, 59:26. Oh, so 12 seconds in here.
Whatever. So, silly me, push the button, poof, there is confetti
Okay.
everywhere.
Here's Mike.
And Emily laughed the hardest because she got me. And Zach, I'm sure, had something to do with it. But y'all, seriously, it was really, really a cool day. And we had our videos, real moment videos up on the walls today. It was like hanging out at the railroad tracks and working and all with you guys and everything.
This is
It was-
funny.
yes,
This is
it
one of the few
really
times you
is.
see
It's
Danny.
just it's the executive train for those of you that have never seen it, and it's just beautiful.
Beautiful old office cars. I think they're old Pullmans. Imagines sort of.
Oh,
like
here's the
what we have
scale
in
difference
the
between
States, that's in-
Mike and his
that's at the
wife.
bottom of the screen.
I can't even see myself.
But I can still see me. My beard can still be seen above you, which I do appreciate. So if you heard Danny saying no, 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 what she's saying is please don't
Please
call him
don't
the
call.
propaganda.
Please don't call. No.
We need to get Mike like a vibrating
So
alarm
that's
clock he can put under his pillow.
Mike's wife,
So to wake him up.
and Mike is 6'3",
Yep.
and Danny is 4'9". So there's a little bit of a difficulty keeping them both in frame. Danny is actually almost hidden by our preview of ourselves over here in the corner. I think Danny's probably watching this at the moment, and I'm gonna probably get a text message. But anyway, all right. So, oh yeah, back to full screen. I was trying to take a screenshot that has me in it with you. And here I'm doing my hands out to the side, so that might work. That was it. Making a stupid face. Yeah, let me just, oh, there we go, 39 seconds. Okay, so let's go to that one.
This compilation video that we did a month or two ago, I don't remember exactly. That one has a lot of footage of the Chessie Systems Heritage Unit, and that one is actually on pusher duty in Cowan. So you get to see the Chessie Heritage Unit going back and forth pushing coal trains around Cowan.
No.
I have
I
no
got my
idea
mouth
why
open,
they
but
said,
it
let's
basically
use
it
that
could
one.
be saying
You can see it
2000,
go
so that
back and
probably
forth,
works.
and
We're gonna look and see how this works. So let's go back. Let's find a different starting point. We don't want the YouTube banner. Let's go back. Let's go to Nope. Let's do it again. I double clicked it. Real moments. Okay, so this one here actually, the text isn't right. We could use this one. This would probably work. So it takes a while creating these things in the beginning, and then I tend to reuse similar settings pretty frequently. And there's a good reason for that. It's to keep a consistent look so people kind of know what to expect. So if there's a certain heritage unit, then I use the two little squares color match so you have an idea of what's happening. If there's an announcement, I tend to use this one, or if it's a special location like Mike here at the General, then I have the bright yellow text. But we're going to end up using this one. And it's actually a pretty close thing. Here's Mike uses these this kind of look quite a bit. So here's the screenshot I was talking about a moment ago. There's Mike sitting on the back of the truck, but it's kind of dark and grainy, so I was looking for something a bit better lit. But there he is making essentially the same arm gesture, so that works perfectly for 2000. And then there's me, and so that should work if we put the two of us side by side celebrating 2000. And then we'll take a screenshot from that actual video, and it's not that one, it's this one. We'll get one of these trains at night. There's a green light. That one will work with the NS coming behind us.
Nice color.
Yeah, that'll work.
Look at me.
Oh, that's going away. No wonder it seemed to be tracking weirdly. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, Marvin the Martian! Hey! Okay, yeah, you're getting close. auto racks. I wish they made auto racks with clear sides so you could actually see what's in there. I'm sure they don't for safety reasons, but it'd be awfully cool if you could see what's in there. Okay, here we go. We're getting close to the moment. Let's try and find our best shot right here. Spin, Mike, spin, spin, spin. 4120, that'll work. No, it's a little bit of a motion blur, but maybe that works. Let's see how it looks. It's less about the train on this one. Let's try that again. If you're trying to screenshot a video, it is a challenge. I could open it in Premiere and screenshot an exact frame, but that's an awful lot of work. So we'll just do it this way. That'll work. Okay. I know we zoom in, but it's going away. Would you rather it be the zoomed in one, Mike?
I like that one as a
Mike
color.
wants that one. I knew you would because of the colors. Okay, let's try this again. Hold up. Okay.
What do y'all think?
It's got a little bit of a tilt to it. But I'll make it work. Okay. Alright, so we have that one. Let's come over here. So we're just going to paste in this one. We're going to do some color matching, but first let's put it below the words. And we apparently, actually I'm going to drop this way down. You'll see how many times I've reused this thumbnail. Ready? We're going to delete some. Oh, hold on. Okay, so there's Mike next to the general. We're going to delete some layers here. I've already made these thumbnails. There we are with Lehigh Valley. Is that the... It's not the tag. What's the 80? Oh, that's the old...
That's the tag.
The original
that
tag.
you
Yeah, that's right. The original tag. It's like, wait, there's
on
something wrong.
this one.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is again. New tag. That's down in Somerville. That's the turntable. I recognize that building. And this is Mike in where's that place in Alabama? Stevenson?
Oh yeah, Stevenson.
Stevenson. This is Bootleggers Crossing with another one coming around the corner, which is cool. So you got 4 power units and then a BNSF coming around. The Norfolk Southern. Random night shot, although it's good lighting. I like that. Oh, that was when it was flooding like crazy. This is a cutout of Mike, actually. No, it's not. No, that's an actual screenshot. It's all one thing. That's an actual still from the video, so that worked out well. That's Coffey's Cliff with one of the...
There in Slug.
Yep, with the slug there. That's that was a bad day. It turns out the mother of the guy who drove this off of the cliff reached out to us and told us a bit more of the story. And he'd had a rough day. Apparently fell asleep while driving and drove this thing off of there. But he was pretty much fine, as much as you can be for driving a car off of Coffey's Cliff. That's a good lighting. That was late summer, I think, Mike, at Tin Bridge. That looks like the place. What's that place that's sketchy at night that you like to go?
Well, that
Yeah.
place that's Bootleggers.
Oh, is it? I was thinking of a place by Appleton. It's got the long hill. What's that called?
Oh, Long.
Long, yeah. So
Hogan's
that's
Hill
Bootleg.
Road.
That's just zoomed in off Bootleggers. So you're up on the hill by the cemetery where I like to sit. Right there. Okay. There's Mike at Tin Bridge staring into the sun. CSX is at Dalton and the Diamonds. BNSF. Oh, both of us together, looking really excited. I'm going to leave that one for a second just in case I need it. And then there's Mike. This is actually a really poorly done Photoshop on my part. So, glad to delete that one. And then here is this one from that night. Okay, so let's adjust this photo a bit. It is going to increase the contrast, make it a touch brighter. He liked the colors, so let's give it a bit more on the colors, a little bit warmer, because we're going to be a little bit warmer in the Dalton shot. Don't really need the highlights. Shadows are a bit dark. Let's see if we can do that without the contrast looking weird. And since it's zoomed in, we'll sharpen it just a touch. There we go. That looks fine. Alright, now we're going to drag ourselves in here. So let's do Mike as a layer. And we're going to use this magic. We're going to do remove background. And there we have a Mike. Ta-da. It's just that easy. I love AI when it comes to editing. I have gotten so much more productive. Uh-oh, it stuck me to the mic. Let's fix that. Can't stick me to the mic. We're going to have an extra layer. Oh, it's just bound. Okay, it's just selected.
I'm supposed to tell you that the UP train with the Y on it is a yard mover.
A yard mover. Weird. Interesting. Okay, I guess probably an older design. It's definitely not something I've seen before. Okay, here's the two of us looking really expressive. Mike, I'm going to adjust you slightly to match the background a bit more. The contrast's actually softer.
He says on the top of the train there's a yellow light.
Oh, is there really? I missed that. Okay, I have to look at that.
Mike looks a little more excited there about the cake than you do.
Well, you're usually more excited about everything than I am.
Touche.
I'm what they call a realist. Oh, this is an exciting experience. All right. Shadows. My beard was quite a bit longer back then, and I was a bit fluffier of an individual, but that's all right. It's close enough. Still me, still him. So. Had we already hit it by this point, Mike?
Yes. We're probably about right then.
Okay. Just gonna make sure this is centered. The pink line shows that we're centered. So here we go. Race to 2,000 subscribers tonight. And there's some stuff we can drop in. You could do, let's find some media, probably. Let's try confetti. Here's some confetti. This will work. If not, confetti cannons. That's what we need. And I wonder if it's going, how remove background's going to work on this. That did not do well at all. So what we're going to actually do is we're going to turn down the opacity of this. Make it way more transparent. Why is it not cooperating?
I don't know, but it looks really cool on my phone.
Oh, I know why, because I've still got the other layer underneath it. Let me delete that one. There we go, there's confetti. And then we're going to put this, I think I can free transform. If I can get it to cooperate, there we go.
Whoa! I like it.
And hold on. There we go. How's that? But now, to make the train still pop through, we're going to bring the brightness of it up a bit so that you can see it. Here's the confetti. There you go, guys. Tonight's most complicated thumbnail. Thanks for bearing with us. We're going to download it. You got to see how many other times we've used that same thumbnail. So we're just going to change it. And that's it. Trackside Live, blah, 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 blah. Everything's been updated, so there we go. All right, Mike, we're going to hurry through some of these because it's getting close to dinner time and we don't want the wives to be angry. Did we catch the Southern here at Tinbridge? We did.
We catch the Southern at 35.30.
He's such a good boy. Listen to him.
I learned. And you follow it for up to a minute.
Okay.
We dealt with overheating.
Overheating. 'Tis the season. Eugene's getting thunderstorms in Brunswick County, Virginia. I hear my dog barking. Hey, I recognize that character kind of, but not enough to know who it is. Maybe somebody will tell me. Here's Mike leaning on a pole.
He catches a fish, a big one.
Oh, does he
Brings it
really?
Back. Yeah. He shows it to us. Well, he's not really
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm glad one of the giant birds that fly around there didn't take it from you. Alright. And so, there it is.
Imitation, let's
Right
see.
on time.
Duets gold, imitation aluminum,
Oh, yeah.
apple green.
Yeah, I remember that. It's the colors of the Southern. Can you zoom out on this? Kind of. It's a little, that's a good shot right here. It's a bit zoomed in there, but I think it'll convey the impression. I'll catch it right about there. Alright. So, let's come over here and choose a different project. Let's go to my stuff. This one might actually work. I opened it. Nope, that's the wrong one. I'm struggling to get... Oh, I know why, because I'm double clicking on a single click folder. There we go. So we could reuse this one that we did a moment ago, since it's a heritage unit, but this one is actually already in the Southern's colors. So,
Across the bridge,
so we're gonna put this in here,
or across Ten Bridge.
move it down. Sorry, I'm getting messages as well, so I'm trying to watch both there. Okay, this is going to go there. So I need to move this one a bit. I'm going to move. So this one's actually chasing the Southern. Chasing. Caps lock. So you'll notice the text is a bit too big. I can do a couple of things. I can size it down. What I'm actually going to do here, no, that's just a bounding
Southern over
box.
Ten Bridge.
No, over makes it even longer. Because Southern won't quite fit, so we're just going to size down the font slightly. So that'll be fine. So we're going to adjust the saturation quite a bit up to make the colors closer to the Southern's real colors. Like that. Makes the background look a little artificial, but that is actually what the Southern looks like, so we're just going to play with it. You saw how much it shifts dramatically. When you crank up saturation, and we're going to sharpen it slightly. There we go. Chasing Southern at Tinbridge, and then this for some reason is slightly off the screen, and that annoys me, so let's send her back over there. Yeah, I'm good with that. You good, Mike?
I'm good.
Okay. Alright, let's put a thumbnail there. And that one's done. No AI content. We should do at least one short, I think, before we go. I really want to put that in there, but I don't think that's Lucas said that's the same day he shot it on NS 143 after the storms. That's right. Yeah, that's getting close to now ish.
And also Tara has sent another picture into the download.
Yeah, I did download it just a moment ago. Let me,
Look at that, Tara. He's right on top of it.
I've also got another video. You sent me a video a moment ago,
Yeah,
Mike.
that's from Lucan.
Okay.
Real fan Lucan out of Texas.
Okay, cool. We'll load that momentarily. So, I actually think this is Chasing Norfolk Southern with 2 heavies.
Yep.
This is one you said you knew the times on, right?
Yep.
Okay.
42:25. 42 minutes, 25 seconds. 2 heavies.
42, there it is, 42.0. It's getting close. Let's go there and turn to
Here
maximize.
they come. One, two.
Huh. That's weird. What exactly?
2 broken rail cars. No wheels.
Huh.
On flatbeds.
Okay. That's a weird
You
thing.
thought it was going to be a Kubota. Or not a Kubota, but a Komatsu.
Transformer. I thought it'd be just gonna be a transformer. That's what they have been lately. All the high and wides and whatnot have been that lately. Okay, let's find. What do you think's appropriate? Here's the text. This is one we don't use a lot. We use that with CSX generally, or if it's railfan locations. That one I never liked. Oh, Tara said, don't forget about the flashlight salute from last night. Let's try this one. Got this whole torn paper kind of thing. And let's see. It works well if there's something that's like in the center of the frame. And so, what do you call these?
2 heavies.
And that I can tell I made that CSX colors on purpose for what we did that night, but it won't matter for this. So I'll change that, and then we'll probably just delete the splash. Okay. See if we can size this font down a bit. This could take forever. Let's do it that way. That's centered. That's a bit big. Yeah, more or less. Alright, let's make that match the rest of the text. And, oops. So that's just black and white. That was straightforward. So I'm not actually matching an engine, so we're going to make them black and white. And so why am I reusing all of these elements here? Because I want to be able to keep this here in the future when I'm doing a showcase, and if I delete them, I'm deleting them from the template I've created. So I'd actually have to kind of start over. So I'm going to try and reuse everything I can to put it like trackside with Mike. And even though I'm nudging these around, oops, that was the wrong element. Even though I'm nudging these around to make everything fit, there's a method to the madness. And then we're going to brighten up this picture in the background. Contrast a bit heavy. And there we go. What'd you think, Mike?
I'm in.
Okay. That's done. We're almost done. And I think, Mike, we're probably not going to make a short tonight on air because we are running out of time and we want to show the last couple of videos. That one's cool. But there's Mike doing the mic arms again. So, but the CSX is good, and that's... We were waiting for the Central Railroad of New Jersey. Did you catch that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Slamming the diamond.
We're not putting that again. Do you know where it was?
Right? It's that train is 11,000 feet.
Good grief.
No, it's not that one. He's a DPU, second DPU back on an 11,000 foot train.
Is it this one, the intermodal?
No, it's an NS train.
This one?
Could be. Looks good. Looks
Looks
promising.
good. All right.
It's right shortly thereafter we go racing up to catch the Virginian, which we didn't have that cheap.
Okay. Well, let's see if this is going to work. It's one of those GATX. There needs to be like a fast forward on YouTube. I'm sure there. I can do the. I can do playback actually. Playback speed. There we go. That'll work. There is a fast forward on YouTube. And I think you probably would not be panning this way after they come through, so you're probably not seeing them. But 11,000 feet, that's huge. There it is.
There he is.
Alright, cool.
Needs a bath.
Does need a bath, so we're actually going to take this back to normal
Tara saw
speed.
him recently,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
that's 25, 21, so we need to have long enough for the words to disappear. The screen, so you can screenshot it clean. Here's my bridge, bam, and go.
I don't think he was right anymore.
I know, I wouldn't have even known what it was without you telling me. Okay, let's go to reuse this one.
And the Virginia
Wait,
last
no.
night was 12,000 feet, another 1,000 foot longer than that train.
That's huge. She said, yes, I did. We're going to reuse, which one? This one. This is an example of how and why we reuse them. You will see right now. There it is. Let's go ahead and adjust that a bit. A little dark. Ooh, that kind of messed the color up a little bit. Bring the colors back in. There we go. Take the highlights are fine. Shadows on the trucks look decent. It's a little bit warmer than that. And there we go. Okay. So, Trackside Live, and this is 1071. The New Jersey Central Railroad
Central
of New
Railroad
Jersey.
New Jersey.
I always get that out of order. Central Railroad of New Jersey. That'll work. Okay, now here's where we're going to match everything up. So it would be very hard to read the blue on the orange. For some reason, people's eyes have a hard time reading that. So we're going to pick orange on the blue.
1071.
It's almost NS colors. Come on. Adobe Express is your friend. It's called Express for a reason. So there we go. And then this is Trackside Live. And there is no AI content, and we're going to save. Alright, they've got the idea, Mike. It is 7 o'clock. That was our promised time, but we have, let's just choose some quick default ones here. You're looking for it to NS1069. Did you find it?
Me?
Yes. NS1069.
What was I looking forward to do?
I guess you were looking for it to train past you.
No.
Okay.
We did not get to see it.
Okay. And this is the trackside for NS1650.
We did the tag today, if you want to do that one.
It is, sure, why not? Trackside Live. Restriction. No.
Or is it
And
not up yet?
it won't have any suggestions, but we're going to go ahead and do it off of a screenshot since we're looking for a specific unit. So that would be this one.
Or last night's flashlight, so it's pretty
Here's
cool.
the tag. Yep.
Everybody's been helping me for 2 days track this train.
So see, there's no, because it's based off key moments right here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take a look. From Real Moments, here I'm going to type it in, Lucas. There you go. That's our email address. I'm trying not to block Mike in the camera shot. Trying a little bit different camera shot than we did last week, but close enough. Lucas, if you want to try that one more time, if not, I'll see if I can dig it up out of the folder. Okay. So there are no key moments yet, is what I was saying, because the video's not been out long enough. Mike, how long in did you find it?
Towards the end. 20 minutes from the end.
20 minutes from the end. So the end
And
is
it's
14.
going to be, and we're all going to be focused. It's right there.
Yeah.
We're all focused there, so just keep rolling right there. And he's going to peek it. There he
I
is.
know exactly where this is. I've sat there with you before.
That you have, we have a whole audience there. We
Yeah, I saw it
almost
when you
had to
panned
we almost
lead.
had to paint lines there.
Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, there's everybody standing there. What's up, everybody who's standing there? Let's drop this one in the same one since it's a heritage. We'll just change the colors. Use our heritage format. I'm gonna have to actually size it up quite a bit and move it as far as I can to get it centered as I can. And sometimes I like to change the color of the smiley face, but that actually doesn't work the way you think it does, so we're gonna skip that for the moment. Going to pick the colors of the train. Quite a bit different than the last one. That is not very vibrant. I'm not sure why it looks like that. Let's try that again. Okay. Just kind of meh. I think yellow is not very gold. Thanks, Lucas. I'll look for that momentarily. Alright, Mike, as we're wrapping this up, you said we had one more from Tara, which I just downloaded. That was that video. And that shot actually looks pretty
And then the
good.
one I sent you from Railfan Lucan.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I think it's a video he just did.
Yeah, I downloaded it. Don't want to move the warmth up too much. I think it looks fine. Roll with that. I'm not happy about the color of this text, but I think it's going to have to be what it is because gold is hard to represent. And then we'll update that one for tonight. All right, now we're all current. You guys can see how the playlists get created. So now if we go into, whoops, that's short. That was last week. Trackside Live. Now everything's going to show up in that playlist if you go back to look, and you can see the thumbnails that we've created. So this that playlist will automatically separate the Trackside Lives from the rail cam. So of course the live streams are also including what you guys call a bird cam. So if you were looking just at lives, you would see thousands of videos here, almost 1,500 videos. And so we create these playlists so you can sort through just what Mike has done and bird cam, etc. So the live streams update it makes it a lot easier for you guys to find stuff. So anyway, all right, that was that one. And then let's go into the other content here. All right, Mike, let's go to, here's the video. Oh, that's really cool.
I've been chasing him all day. We just got it.
Is that a UP Heritage?
I do believe.
Wow, looks tremendously good.
And clean.
Yeah, and oh yeah, it actually even says Heritage on the side of it right here. Proud Heritage, Powerful Future, it says. Building America. So it's still got, they've added on their current marketing slogans, but then it has the very
Look at all this silver.
like 1950s kind of font, Chicago and Northwestern system. Yeah, lots of silver, the trucks and the tanks, that's cool. And then
Love
the
the
outlined letters, yeah, it's really neat. Definitely not going to miss that one when it's leading.
And this, I don't know, I think he's now caught all the UP heritages, I'm not sure. Is he
Oh,
on?
really? That's cool. Boy, I see a lot of them when I'm in Kansas City for work. There's a lot of UP comes through. Those tracks are constant. There's a little barbecue place I like to go to, and it's right by the tracks, and it's, you see 3 or 4 trains, really long ones. Lucas, you should, absolutely. All right, let me catch what else is in the catch folder.
Or do you have him on there?
Hang on one second, I'm looking, actually let me look for the email first. Yep, I do have Lucas's. Oh yeah, here we go, these are good. They did come through. This is the NASA train at Coffey's Cliff and the Trenton, Georgia siding. So he must have been there right when we were. Yep, that is exactly where we were.
Boy, does that look familiar.
Yeah, we were at this crossing and we took a shot just like that with the drone. And I think, did we release that video or did I? No?
Haven't yet.
I have edited it. It's finished. I should put that out.
I don't believe that you put it out.
Huh. Well, that was silly of me. Yeah, and there's the same train. This is the NASA train at Coffey's Cliff. And it's interesting seeing something at Coffey's Cliff that is not surrounded by other traffic. But these things are really cool. These cars.
Ralph
And-
and Lucan just jumped on.
Oh, okay, right on. So yeah, that's really cool. We did see that. We saw it in Trenton, and I was actually out somewhere that day. I think I was with Ray for some reason. Ray is the one who maintains
You
our
were?
bird cam. So Ray was with me, and I think he took a couple of stills that day. Yeah, Tony said it's the UP CNNW Heritage Unit. Yeah, that's really cool. Lucas, I didn't realize that was the first time. We just assumed it was a regular thing. We just didn't know about it before. All right, and I think you said we had one more from Tara that she dropped in the drive. 641, there we go. Oh, we've got 3 here. Let's see what we got. it may have been. The ones I just downloaded anyway, maybe where he submitted them. And it was, yeah, I got them both ways from Lucas. And then here is Tara's submission, the 1070, the Wabash.
Recognize that one.
Yes, we do. And I think that's that same bridge that she was referring to as being the yard there in Roanoke, I think it was, she said.
Tara's got her own bridge.
Yep, that's right, the Tara Bridge. That's what we'll call it. I love the sky in that one. That's a good composition. It's a bit of a wide angle shot. Really cool.
Tara had Round Robin for lunch today.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that's your favorite Heritage unit. Yeah, that's a good one. Well, I'm glad you caught it in front of your bridge.
Tara's got a bridge, her own lazy S-curve.
A lazy S-curve is a great thing when you're trying to do some rail fanning. All right, and I think I have cleared all of the texts. I have cleared everything we've been messaged on Facebook, so I'm going to close that one. I've cleared all the submissions from this week, so thank you. My favorites, oh wait, we had two more, sorry. If my wife is probably watching downstairs and probably about to starve. We got two more real quick. These are the ones from Brian. So let's watch them. These are the ones he submitted on the 8th. So this is last Sunday.
Oh,
That's the
this-
Amtrak he was talking
that's
about.
a beautiful engine.
Mhm. That's cool.
I love that video when I saw it.
Mm-hmm. It was
Love
really
the
nice.
colors.
Operation Lifesaver. Really nice. And that's Houston, obviously. So that was the Amtrak station he was talking about.
Love how they wrapped the front of that locomotive.
And then we're loading one more here. Looks like it was the same day, judging by his file name.
CP.
Yeah, that was very vibrant and actually clean CP.
Whoa.
We don't get clean CPs in this part of the
Not
country.
at all.
No. SD70 ACU. I don't know what DRF-43 stands for. Any idea what that means?
I don't know, but there's the Golden Beaver.
There it is. Well, that'd make you proud to be Canadian, wouldn't it? That's beautiful. Oh, there's what we normally get.
Yep. So there's our trade.
Yeah. What they get, what we get. Yep, back to front. That was a great shot. Beautiful. Great work to Brian. I don't think Brian's on tonight, but we got 3 good videos from him, so thank you for that. There we go. So we went through 16, I think it is, of y'all's videos. So I appreciate all the submissions, and I'm glad we got to hear them along with you tonight. I'm sticking by my favorite. Personally, I think that one he did of the short line there in Alabama was just really, really cool. Atala was really neat. And Mike, I'm guessing you're sticking with the Southern?
Just because it's a favorite.
Yeah. Although
But the
Tara had the
I love on the one.
the one Tara had in front of the bridge with the where it was leading, was that the tag maybe? I can't remember. But anyway, it was really, really nice. That would be my honorable mention. I really enjoyed that one. And with the mountain coming down, etc. So.
Next one, Duke. Honorable mention. Most creative and favorite locomotive.
Oh yeah, most creative
It's
would
definitely that one.
Yeah, it would be the one that I was talking about, where it's the reflection of the tracks. My favorite locomotive's the Southern, of course. All right, guys. Well, thanks for sticking with us. We are going to wrap up. We're going to go get dinner and chat about all the catches of the week. This is where, hey, Brian, sorry. Yep, Ralph and Lucan, I see it. My bad. I didn't realize that was you. Some of you I know by your real name, and some of you I know by your screen names. This makes it hard for me. Mike tends to know both of you, but since I'm in the chat and then I see the submissions, I usually don't know which one of you is which. So thank you for that. Good job, Brian. All right, guys. Hopefully we answered all of your questions. Thanks for jumping on. We'll be back here again next week. We're going to try and make this a weekly show. And if I'm usually not traveling on this part of Sunday, so that's why we're aiming to do it then. And then Mike and I get to go to dinner and wind down. And as we go along, we'll make it a bit more polished. I think it went much better than last week already. The light on Mike did die in the middle of the broadcast, so Mike got substantially darker. I also had some stuff set up, like I set up light scenes where I could turn the lights red and whatnot, red and white to do different things. But I thought, you know what, we'll just make it simple tonight. But as we go along, it'll be more fun. We'll put more of the lights and the controls, etc. So we've got sound effects we can do, buttons we can press, all kinds of things we can do later on. But tonight we were worried about, let's just be able to hear what they can hear. And we've accomplished that. And I think only once did I forget to share what we were looking at. Lucas absolutely did like the Southern. It being at sunset was a good thing in your favor. Any closing words, Mike?
Keep sending them in this week.
There we go. And what's your catchphrase?
See y'all at the next crossing.